It's always one of the highlights of the racing season in Hong Kong, the Sadler Ladies Purse, and this year's renewal, it's anticipated that we'll see Exultant, last season's Horse of the Year, return to the races for the first time this campaign in that race. One thing we like to do here on Hong Kong Direct is help you to get to know some of the participants better of Hong Kong racing that make racing here such a vibrant and exciting racing jurisdiction. This week on the show, we're weighing in with Derek Leung.
Hi, I'm Derek Leung, jockey from Hong Kong. Since when I was a little boy, I always loved animal and I like sport. And when I was 15, first time I touched the horses and I just loved them. And I was quite short, quite little, and then I just decided to be a jockey. Yeah, for me, it must be Beauty Generation.
Beauty Generation kept going. Helene Paragon, Western Express trying hard. Beauty Generation, Western Express, Helene Paragon. Beauty Generation takes the mile.
I still remember when I came back, all the crowd and trainer and jockey come to cheer for me, and yeah, the feeling is good. No, not too much, because I still remember after 3 weeks is my son's birth, so it's a good present. Couple numbers, but of course the good one is quite important win, and the one for Paul Sullivan is called Success. He win at Happy Valley, come from behind. You know, the first time go to Happy Valley, it was held off like 10 or 20 lengths, and then come on very strong, last couple of strides to catch them up.
And out wide, Pizzazz, Crown Witness, Groovy. Pizzazz right over the top, late, got up. I think he did from last to first, Pizzazz.
Must be keep young, always. Too many is not too good to say it. Must be Shati, my first good one, and it's my hometown. I have wife and my one son, and he's 2 years and 9 months, and he's very smart, active, and very funny. Work hard.
He's certainly been reaping the rewards of that hard work, has Derek Leung. I'm rejoined by special guest Tom Biddington from the South China Morning Post on the show. Tom, good to catch up there with Derek Leung. That was one of the feel-good moments, really, of recent HKIR years when he won the mile on Beauty Generation.
Yeah, I remember it vividly. It was very, very special and just such a great reward for a really good guy, a genuinely good, solid citizen of the Hong Kong racing community, and it was so nice to see him return to the winner's stall in a big race on Sunday.
Yes, that was on wishful thinking in the Premier Bowl. That's actually his second win in the race. He won it in 2009 on Inspiration, so 11 years apart, those big race wins in that particular race. He's still fresh-faced. He doesn't look like he's been riding for that amount of time, Tom.
No, he looks as young as ever, and he's won 2 Tony Cruz awards as well. So he's still ticking along and churning out the winners, which is what we like to see.
Absolutely. He's ridden 6 winners already for this season, has Derek Leung. 2-time winner of the Tony Cruz Award, as Tom says, the most recent 2 going to Vincent Ho. We'll get to see Derek in action on the weekend as well, too. He's got 9 rides on the weekend. You can catch him in action by tuning into the Trackside Live coverage at 12:30 Hong Kong time. The first event is due off at 1 o'clock, first of 10. We're back to the Valley on Wednesday night, and then it's Sadler Ladies Purse Day on Sunday, the 1st of November. What a super day of racing that will be, and the ladies' purse in particular looks a cracker, as it always is. For this weekend, though, the highlight comes up as the last. Class 2 over 1,400 metres, and we get to see the next wave of talent step out. General's Delight is a talented individual Mighty Giant's been in super form. He's won 5 of his last 6. Zach Curtin gets along really well with the horse. Ballistic King is very consistent. Lucky Express was a winner 2 starts ago. Karis Teaton jumps on board. Skyfield is one of the boom horses in Hong Kong racing at the moment. Circuit Glory steps up in class onto the other side of the page where we've got Invincible Missile. Maximus steps out for the first time in his Hong Kong career. He's a very interesting runner. And then the bottom 2, Right Choice and Beauty Smile, both have lightweights in the race. So let's have a look at the field, Tom, and some of the better chances in the race, and start off with Skyfield. He's done everything right, at least in the wins column so far this season. His racing manners still have a bit to be worked on, and this is tougher, stepping up to Class 2 for the first time for him.
Definitely. He's probably the most exciting horse in the field and one of the most exciting horses in Hong Kong. But he does have a few quirks. He hasn't settled completely in his races. He hasn't been super helpful for Joe Moreira, his jockey. And the big test, of course, you've said stepping up to Class 2, but I think it's a bigger query, the step up to 1,400 metres. He doesn't settle very well. Will he be able to get that? So that's the biggest question mark for me heading into the race.
We want to see him too, how he goes over 1,400 metres, because Casper Fownes has said all along he's training him for the Hong Kong Classic Mile. So this is his first real stretch beyond 1,200 metres in his career. Yeah,
that's right. So if he can handle it, obviously that bodes very well for the Classic Mile and the start of the 4-year-old series. If he doesn't, he'll probably have to bring him back to the sprint trips. 2020's
been an excellent year for Ricky Yu, who sends out Mighty Giant in this race. He's won 5 of his last 6, has barely put a foot wrong since he started his racing career here in Hong Kong. Thought that was a really tough win from him first up this season too, Tom.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. He's a really promising horse. He just kept grinding and grinding and grinding after a pretty tough run in transit. He won well, that was up in Class 2. I think he can get the run of the race here. Right Choice should come across from barrier 14 with Alfie Chan. Zach's drawn awkwardly in barrier 10, but I think he can follow him off, settle in the first 2, 3, 4, and then give a kick at the top of the straight. And if he shows what he's capable of last start, then he can do it again.
How do you measure up those two, the 2 boom horses, Skyfield and Mighty Giant?
I think Skyfield has more ability, but I think Mighty Giant is a bit more seasoned and will probably be better suited over 1,400.
Let's touch on a couple of the other runners in the race. Lucky Express arrived in Hong Kong with big raps from Australia from what he did as a 2-year-old there. We got to see him win first time out in Hong Kong a couple of starts ago, first time out for this season. Is he a contender?
He's certainly one of the ones that has to be considered. He's a similar sort of boat to Skyfield, again stepping up to 1,400 metres for the first time. Is he purely a sprinter, or can he get to the extra trip and potentially be a classic mile horse? I guess we'll start to see what he's capable of here.
And the first time on Saturday as well too that we'll get to see Maximus at the races in Hong Kong. He arrives here with good form from Europe, another potential Classic Series contender from the Tony Millard stable. Thumbs up or thumbs down from what we've seen at the trials, Tom, for Maximus?
I'll give him the thumbs up. I think he's a really nice horse. He, undefeated in 4 starts in Europe, in France and the UK. He's been trialling really well here. Alexi Bedell rides on Sunday. I'll be just really keen to see what he does. It's obviously very difficult for horses to come out and win first time here in Class 2, but I expect him to put in a good performance, and I look forward to following his career.
Okay, in summary, who wins the last on Saturday, Tom?
Yeah, I think Skyfield's the most talented horse, but I'll be sticking with Mighty Giant. I think he's more seasoned. He's proven over 1,400 metres and in Class 2. And I don't think there's a hell of a lot of speed in the race. So I think he should get the run to suit. He's the one to beat for me.
Yes, I'm with you. I think that I'm a big Skyfield fan, but I think the Mighty Giant could beat him on the weekend too with the way it looks on paper. But it'll be a terrific race. That's clearly the highlight of Saturday's card. We're almost out of time on Hong Kong Direct then. Tom, thank you very much for joining us this week. All the best for the weekend.
Thanks very much, Ed. Look forward to it.
Thanks to Tom Biddington, our special guest on the show this week. So we are building up towards the next significant event on the Hong Kong racing calendar, and that is the Sa Ladies Purse coming up in just over a week's time. And last year's renewal of the race was won by the Iron Horse from Casper Fownes' stable, Southern Legend.
And they're still tight and compact inside the 800, and Time Warp getting his own way in the Sasa Ladies Purse. But now the pressure's going to start coming in as Insatiable Wide are out. Furore and also Singapore Sling make their presence felt. Ho Ho Khan followed then by Eagle Way and Southern Legend. Sacred Capital's drifted back. Exultant's back on the rail. Third last. He's hard ridden. Dark Dream and Citron Spirit. Time Warp's got a kick. He's cuddling him at the moment. He's a length clear on Southern Legend. Furore's one paced. Here's Sacred Capital unwinding from Macau down the middle as Time Warp is joined by Southern Legend. Exultant getting through, and then Sacred Capital. Southern Legend and Time Warp, they're in a real battle here. Southern Legend trying to lay up on Time Warp, gets his nose in front. Southern Legend from Time Warp.